As I come up on 5 years of living at my urban homestead, it's gotten developed to a point where I can really take it in its entirety. But as we speak, our team's out with the help of Home Depot in Maine, putting the absolute final touches on a project we've been working on, transforming a homestead space out there, and now it's finally time for me to see it. I'm Kevin Espiritu from Epic Gardening, and I'm hopping on a plane to Maine to see how incredible this project turned out.
This is From Scratch.
This project was a real team effort, and we had gardeners come from all over, bringing their unique skill sets and perspectives to this project. We had Erin Shannon from Wisconsin, who designed and installed all of our beautiful container planters. Master gardener Graylen Brown from Texas, who worked on everything from strawberry patches, pathways, and pergolas. LA's Chia-Ming, who came up with this garden design and adapted the vision along the way. Maine carpenter Zoli Kerstez, who guided our team through all of the major projects and any tool questions. And Paul Ruiz from Epic's team in San Diego, who became the Bangor, Maine Home Depot's #1 customer over the course of our project. We started this project with a true blank canvas. The property had incredible potential, but bringing it to life meant taking on some ambitious builds and learning a lot along the way. Over the course of this project, we made about 10 trips to Home Depot, rented a few specialty tools, coordinated deliveries, and tackled projects that pushed us well outside of our comfort zones. Down in the garden, new beds, pathways, and plantings turned what was once open ground into a productive growing area. And inside the greenhouse, new pathways, containers, and lighting transformed it into a space that's both functional and inviting. Our pergola build created a central gathering spot, the outdoor kitchen added a place to cook and connect, and the fire pit brought another layer of warmth and atmosphere to the whole space. And now what started as an empty space is a fully working homestead built from scratch, one project at a time. Well, Kevin, welcome to Maine.
Thank you.
Saved some beautiful weather for you.
I love it.
And what do you think about the first piece that you're walking under right
I
here?
like the structure. I like the size of it. Are you gonna grow something up it?
I think we do have plans to grow some climbing flowers because
Yeah.
in the entranceway, you really want to invite people in.
It's like my rose arch.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then the design as you come in here, the
Yeah.
space is nice. I mean, the layout's great.
The fence. I love this fence. Put my heart and soul into it, and I'm very happy with how it came out.
It looks good. It looks good. You got some roses on there?
Yeah, we got some beautiful roses up front to help frame it, make it more inviting. And then when you come in, we actually went through a couple different design changes in here. So we had a big space, and at first we're like, let's just put as many beds as we can. But then we're like, no, let's open it up and add some flow to the space. So as we come in through here, what you'll see is that we have a separate kind of little patio entranceway there with those nice barrels.
A more casual setup.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then as we come inside, we have this really cool central feature, because what I found on my journey here is that everywhere you dig, there are rocks.
I did get a text about that. Yeah. And they look big.
Yeah,
too.
some of them
They
are
looked huge.
boulders, I'd say. And if you look right here, what we did, Chia-Ming basically took all those rocks as inspiration and framed out a nice little
Oh, is
rock
this
art.
from the dug ups?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
These are all natural. You could see where I hit it with like the digging bar many times to
there's
try
a
to
couple
loosen
scars.
it.
Yeah, the layout's
And
awesome.
then looks like we have a little friend in there too.
Oh, did you leave a memento of yourself?
I don't know.
Here?
I didn't
What is
plant
going
this
on
bed.
with this? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's you 100%. Well, little does everyone know your nickname is the Garden Hermit.
That's true. That's
So-
how I got, how I cut my teeth,
Yeah.
as they say. And actually behind us over here, we did set up a little bit of a berry station I wanted to show you.
Yeah. This reminds me of home for sure.
Yeah, you love your strawberries, I
Yeah.
know that. And so we have, Gray actually planted these strawberry beds. He's a big strawberry guy himself, I didn't realize. So we have 2 beds of strawberries. Once these runners go off,
Those will fill in like crazy next year.
Yeah.
And the season after, especially.
I'm
Those
looking
will go
forward to
nuts.
the summer to see how many strawberries we could get out of here.
So we got some canes here, some blackberries.
And
looks like.
blackberries. What do you think about putting them in a raised bed versus
I
in the
think
ground?
that was smart. Well, I mean, at my house, it's harder to grow blackberries back home, but in a raised bed with these spreaders is a smart idea.
Yeah, because you never know where they're going to take off.
It's got easy berries, a little more challenging berries, and then probably the most challenging berries
Those
to
are the
grow.
bonus berries
Right
for
here.
us.
The blueberries, yeah.
And
I
this
mean, we
was-
can grow them, it's just tough.
Exactly. And in ground, we can't really do it because we don't have the natural acidic soil.
Yeah.
But this was a riff off of your citrus hedge.
Right?
And I was like, can't do a citrus hedge here, but we can do a blueberry hedge.
Because these would be high bush, right?
Yeah.
So these will get big
exactly.
and tall if they want them
should
to.
fill out just right so that it forms a nice solid wall of
Yeah,
blueberries.
and different varieties.
And
yeah.
you know, fresh blueberries?
Yeah, that's
never
a
go wrong.
genius idea.
We have the greenhouse that I actually put together earlier this year.
I remember that.
But we decked it out. So
Let's
I want
see
to
it.
show you some of the
Yeah,
upgrades.
let's go take a look. Wow, greenhouse looks good.
Yeah, so this space You know, originally it did come together nicely at the beginning, but it needed like a little fine tuning, a little bit of dressing.
Yeah.
So what we started with is cleaning up the entrance because nobody wants to go into a muddy greenhouse. Gray and Paul actually did this project together. They laid down all the gravel, put the pavers in, mulched it up, and it gives you a nice soft landing place. And over here, it's something that you've seen before.
Oh, a lot of times, a lot of times.
So at your place, you have a full rain capture system.
Yeah.
And out here, this is really all we need for a greenhouse.
This looks good, man. This looks great.
I've got a serious drop because I really want to get all the water in here. I guess when you go to a colder climate, you need more of a drop. So I did add that in.
Okay.
Got clever with it, but so why don't you fire it up, see if we caught anything.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what we got. We got a
Proof of
trickle
concept.
going. We got a trickle. Look, I mean, this is all you would, 50 gallons with how much it might rain in spring, summer. Like you could water the greenhouse with
Absolutely.
this, no problem.
So a lot of work went into this area.
Okay.
Check it out.
I like the lights already. I mean, straight out of the gate, that looks nice.
It's really nice, especially in those like late evenings when you got to do a little late night seed starting.
Little
sesh.
potting action. Yeah. So what do we got in here?
So
Brassicas?
yeah, basically what we've done in here is fully added the gravel. This was again a Paul and Gray job. They did a killer job in here, putting the pathway leading you straight down the middle. And then Chia-Ming really opened up the space with the way that she organized these beds. So we got that initial planting of brassicas like broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, the whole seed starting station with the tool lineup. And then, you know me, I'm always starting seeds. So we got a seedling rack and a couple seedlings already going.
This is a great greenhouse layout.
Yeah.
Space-wise, because you don't need like a crazy amount of beds. You really need the ability to start things, especially in a
Exactly.
climate like this.
Yeah.
Get things going, then get them out there.
You really are just
Yeah.
trying to get ahead.
Yeah, totally.
Speaking out there, on the other side of the greenhouse, I have one more little project I want to show
Okay,
you.
let's take a look, Jacques.
So right around the corner here, something familiar for you, I think.
Oh yeah, brings back some interesting memories, I would say, of our build.
So this is better than our build that we did for you at your place.
It's very similar, but it looks a little more sturdy, I'll say.
way more sturdy.
Yeah,
So
thicker wood to
thicker
start.
wood, better design, hidden features here like no wood hanging out
Nice
the
and
edge.
flush here.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it still has this, which is my favorite feature.
That is
the
a key for
drop-ins.
me
Yeah.
to any compost bin I ever build.
You gotta
again.
have it. Yeah, you gotta have it. Nice.
So easy access, and you don't really want it right next to your main like hangout garden anyway.
No.
Because you know compost is a different vibe. I love compost, but I don't want it right next to my hangout zone.
No.
And actually, the hangout zone, right over there, that pergola.
Let's go.
Check it out, man.
There's just more and more.
We're both missing a key feature in our garden.
Yes.
And it's this
The
bad boy.
pergola. Yeah. So you built this whole thing, huh?
Oh yeah, from scratch. I was on the miter, chopping.
There's
cutting,
0% chance I
cutting.
believe that. 0% chance I believe
No,
that.
it's a kit.
It looks good.
Yeah, it's all cedar, and it was
Wow.
actually pretty dang easy to build. Me and Gray knocked it out pretty much.
Okay.
We got in there, put it all together, stood it up, but there were some like challenges leading up to it.
Well, yeah, because look at these pylons here. We've never had to
Yeah,
do that in my
pylons,
place.
dude.
That's what they are,
That's
right?
what I discovered.
Yeah.
But they're like, so here's the deal. Here,
Yeah.
it freezes.
Sure.
And what that means is that you have to go at least 4 feet
Deep
deep
for each of these?
for each of these footings. If you
That's
don't,
wild.
the frost can heave the whole structure.
Oh, it'll push it up over the seasons. It'll
Yes.
keep going up and
so
down.
that's where we got the rental auger from Home Depot, and that's where I got really familiar with the breaker bar.
That's pretty epic.
But what do you think
It's
about
nice.
like placement when you're
Well,
looking around?
that's what I was gonna say is like you get the visual separation. And you think about how people are gonna sit here. They're gonna look out across that vista.
Exactly.
Of course, in the summer when it's popping, that's gonna be quite the view. That's gonna
Yeah.
be quite the view. Wow.
Not only that, but we also have it directly lined up with this area right over here.
This yeah, this I'm all. The jealousy is rising for me. Okay, well I see a bed that I would put good money on you didn't plant. If I'm being honest.
You know, everyone has their strengths
Yeah.
and their slight weaknesses. I'll say slight.
This is neither of our strength right
No,
here.
this is
kind of bed.
all Erin.
Yeah.
So she came in here and she crushed the ornamental and container plantings.
Yeah.
This one, easily my favorite.
The thriller, the spiller, and the filler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The grasses adding that texture, but ornamental kale, I'm starting to actually like it a little bit more.
Saw this a lot on my travels in Alaska. They use it
Oh.
all over the place. It looks and you can eat it. It's
Oh.
just you wouldn't,
Okay.
but you could.
There's a
And I
lot
like
of things that
knowing
you could.
And I
yeah.
like knowing that.
Yeah.
No, that looks great. That frames up the grill area too. But then up here on the deck, I mean, she's got more containers up here.
Yeah, I
which
mean,
look great, by the
You
way.
know they're not me.
Yeah, these aren't me either. I couldn't do because you got the 1-2, the 1-2.
Yep.
The 2 steps, and then the 3. She's doing a really good job of balancing the aesthetic. You know, groups of odds.
Exactly.
So if the 3
yeah.
and then the 1 adds up to 5, and it all feels, because if you were to really even it all out, it would look almost too regimented. This looks very natural.
See, that's the kind of like level that I'm not even at. So you're even above me. I thought I was right there with you.
I'm above you, but we're both below Erin. We're both
Yeah,
below Erin.
that's true.
No, this is nice, and you get to like look right out at the garden, a fire pit, which I'll be sitting at shortly, I hope. But then this is crazy cool.
So this was an amazing project that really Z put together.
Yeah. Give me ideas. I keep saying it, but
I know.
I mean, I've got the outdoor kitchen set up
Inspiration.
back home, but I don't really have
It's
the
flat.
integrated.
It's not an outdoor kitchen.
It's lacking a little bit compared to this. So Z did all this, huh?
Yeah, Z is the master carpenter, the wizard. He knows what he's doing. This was
Yeah.
actually his pergola as well.
Uh-huh.
He matched it with the design of everything else that we have. One of the things I appreciate is his like little eye to detail.
Look at the tiling.
Yes.
So we're gonna cook something up, Jacques, huh?
I think so. We
Let's
might as
get
well
some-
do the inaugural burn on this.
Let's do the inaugural burn, but I do want to walk back through the garden for a sec before we get to it.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll leave you to it.
Okay. So while Jacques cooking me up a little tasty meal, I'm gonna walk back through the garden, grab a flower mix, and leave him a surprise when it blooms. It's a flower mix that should bring in some butterflies and some hummingbirds, which to me means usually you want that on the border of a garden space because you're bringing in pollinators, beneficial insects. So I've got a killer bed right here in the corner next to this beautiful little bench. And my favorite part about planting this stuff is you don't have to be fancy about it. You can just sprinkle it right on the top of the bed. So I just come in. It's like the messiest, most enjoyable way to plant. You don't have to be precise at all. You come in and just sprinkle over the top. And you just work it into the soil a little bit with some water. And come blooming time, this is gonna go absolutely nuts, and we'll see all sorts of beneficial insects and bugs hanging out here. So that's really all you gotta do. We'll water that in a second, but I wanna see what Jacques cooking up on the grill.
I got a couple burgers on the fire, but how's the garden?
It's good. I left you a little treat in a couple months, you'll see.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm
A
excited
little
to see
border
that.
planting, don't worry about it.
Well, I've got more than enough burgers for the both of us, I think. So
Okay.
I think we should probably treat Paul, but I have no idea where he is.
Oh, where is that guy? Well, I'm not surprised.
I don't know if we're ever getting this guy back to San Diego.
He's not coming home for sure. Look at that smile. That's the craziest guy I've ever seen.
All right, brakes.
Okay. You'll learn how to really work it one of these days.
Well, you know, I dropped out of gear, man. The transmission's warm, but I can take it from here. I feel like this kitchen really came together. I mean, this was my first time cutting tile, and it wasn't that hard. I mean,
One of the first things I noticed. Nice looking tile.
Yeah, there we go. And it all matches. It comes together really well. Didn't cut any of this, but I feel like I could have.
Yeah.
You ready
yeah.
now?
No, it all looks good. my foot's on this little natural footrest that Z put in here.
Same
Little
here.
burger for you.
We're relaxing. We're dressing burgers together.
Am I going double patty?
Whoa.
You've done enough work to deserve it, I think, Jacques.
It's calling to me too.
Cooking.
Can't wait
Look
to get
at
into
this,
this burger.
though. Nice little view. That's an epic bite.
Seeing this whole project come together has been a really fun experience, and pulling in the expertise from Gray, Chia-Ming, and Erin has really saved us as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, Mark at the Pro Desk at the Bangor Home Depot, absolute dream to work with. The setup on everything, how well he led us through this project, it was amazing. We couldn't have done it without him.
No way.
But man, you guys really put this project together from scratch. You did it the epic way. I look out, I see a lot of potential for this space, but also for my own home. And there's a lot of materials in the description of this series for people who want a little more help, and they can follow along with every single one of these projects. But I want to finish this burger, get home, and start some projects of our own.
Yeah. Here are a few tips, tricks, and takeaways we picked up across the span of this entire project. Start with a clear vision. Knowing how you want to use and feel in the space is really important to making sure you're happy with the end result. Invest in solid foundations. Good prep, drainage, and structures ensure that everything will be built to last. Design for connection. Align spaces so that they could actually work together. Use the right tool for the job. You don't have to buy every single tool out there. Every once in a while, you might run into a project where renting something just makes so much sense. Throughout this project, the right tools made every phase of work possible. We kicked things off with the Ryobi drill, a go-to for framing, fastening, and everyday builds. For the pergola foundation, a rental hydraulic auger was our only hope of getting a 4-foot deep hole in this Maine rocky soil. The Ryobi miter saw was the MVP for cutting all the wood for the compost bin, and for any other big, straight cuts. When it was time to shape the landscape itself, the Husky 16-tine bow rake made quick work of leveling gravel and soil, while a rental compactor locked everything into place for long-term durability. In the outdoor kitchen, the Ryobi wet tile saw delivered clean, accurate cuts for the porcelain countertop, and the Ryobi electric auger made planting trees and shrubs nearly effortless. From start to finish, each tool played a key role in bringing the space together. For more info on any of our builds or tools, check out links in the description and be sure to follow along for more projects.